What's going on, YouTube? Bear Hears, Bear Delivers. Welcome to my channel. What's going on? Bear Hears, Bear Delivers. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I just got the call I've been waiting for, finally, 2.5 weeks later. I just got the call from the recruiter over there at RTI, and I have been approved. It's taken them a little longer to approve me, mainly because I live up here in Alaska. Now, Kim wanted to know how soon I would be available to start. And I told her, hey, my bags are packed. How soon can you get me there? Well, it turns out they're limited to hiring 3 drivers per week from Texas. Now, as you guys know, I am up here in Anchorage still. I used my business address down in Texas on my application per my recruiter's request. I hope this doesn't come back and bite me in the ass. As far as I know, she explained the situation to the big boss that finally approved me today to come in. I mean, they had me do some online training earlier today. I've had to send them copies of my birth certificate, my social security card, both sides of my CDL, my passport card, um, my medical exam, everything, and then some, and do some online training with them. As soon as I got that note for the online training, I figured I was getting in. And I did tell her, hey, look, I know this is taking a little while. I've had opportunities to complete the onboarding process with a couple of other companies. However, I know you guys have spent a lot of time, effort, and money on doing everything you need to do to bring me in. I appreciate that, and I don't want to insult you by turning around and saying, hey, you know what, never mind, this other company's going to get me in quicker. I don't want to do that to them. It's not right. That's unprofessional as far as I'm concerned. And that's one thing a lot of drivers don't take into consideration. When you apply to a bunch of companies, keep in mind they got to spend a lot of money for man hours. They got to do background checks on you. That costs money. Your driving record costs money. Your PSP report, your CSA report, these all cost money. The time and energy it takes to reach out to your former companies to verify your work history and everything else. That's man hours that they got to pay out. They got to pay people. And it's usually more than one person doing this stuff. They got to look at your FMCSA clearinghouse report. That takes money. By the time a company brings a new driver in, they've probably spent $3,000 to $5,000 just to vet that driver. And if they don't bring that driver in, well, they just wasted all that money. And this is something she was appreciative of. The fact that I said, hey, look, I mean, I could have went and applied to a couple other companies. I just haven't done that because I want to respect you guys. I know you're putting a lot of time, effort, and energy into bringing me in. I know your company's spending a lot of money to process me. So, hey, I'm just waiting for you. How soon can you get me there? So that's where we stand right now. Yes, I have been approved for RTI. I will be going in as a lease driver. I went over that in the last video, where I showed you some of their lease programs and how things work there. So, hey, Riverside Transportation, here I come. Hopefully I will be there early to mid next week. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is I'm going to close out my apartment this weekend. I'm going to get everything packed into storage so I can fly down, get some money saved up, take about 10 days off, fly up here, pack everything into a trailer, and drive it down to Texas. That landlord that I talked to a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago now, that I talked to you, mentioned before in previous videos, I heard from her earlier today. She still has openings as soon as I'm ready to come in. So we're good there. We'll have a 2-bedroom apartment waiting for us down there in the Dallas area. I'll have to stay out. Like I said, every 4 weeks out, you get 3 days home time, something like that. I forget what the home time is. That's the thing, though, with going with them as a leased driver. I set my home time. If I go and say, hey, I need this week off, I can take that week off. It's not a problem. Whereas I'm a company driver, I got to spend so much time out before I can go out, before I can go home. Now I can. I'm going on the flat rate program, which means I still got to pay that truck payment. So I still got to pay them like $1,000 a week for my tags. You know, if the F hut tags, permits, truck payment 746 a week. Um, but I'm saving money not by not spending a bunch of fuel. So I'm turning around and prepay. Okay, look, I'm going to take 10 days off. I'm going to pay. Here's $2,000 right now for the next 2 weeks to cover my truck payments. So there's no issues there. I'm going to fly back to Anchorage, throw my shit in a trailer, and drive it down here. Um, or I might just throw it all on a container. Like everything I got right now will fit in a Pods container. Actually, I don't know if I can get a Pods out of here. I know I can get a U-Haul out of here, but U-Haul out of here, with these little U-Haul pack and ship storage boxes, it's going to cost like $4,000 to $5,000 to ship that. Then I got to get my vehicle down from here to there, which is something I don't want to pay to put on a truck, but I might just do that depending on what it's going to cost to ship it down here. Well, down there, I should say. So yeah, I mean, I got a few options open to me. Uh, I've been out of work now for going on a month from 10 roads. I've been on terminal leave for the last month. My leave ends on the 17th, so in 3 days. So in 3 days, I'll officially be out of work, which sucks. But I haven't had a paycheck now for the last. This week coming up would have been another pay period, but you know, I took all my money out last pay period. I should have split my what do you call it? My vacation time. I should have took 40 hours of it last pay period and 40 hours of it this pay period, so I'd have a check this week. But I needed money to pay other bills at the beginning of the month, and so I just went that route. Uh, all my bills as of today are current. I've got about $40 left in the bank right now. Uh, I've got 500 and change in my rent fund. So I've only got half of the money I need to pay next month's rent here, anyways. So if I close out this apartment now, put everything in the storage right before I fly down, I'll get my $1,000 security deposit back. Because I mean, nothing. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'll get $850 back. They keep $150 as a cleaning fee, which is fine by me. I mean, it sucks that they do that, but hey, that's okay. Uh, all I have in here that I really need to pack up is my smoker, all my studio stuff, my desktop computers, all three of them. I'm going to be taking two of my laptops with me. I'll be taking my NAS with me. No, I won't. I'm going to go buy another hard drive and copy my NAS. I've got a 18 terabyte NAS with about 10 terabytes of TV shows and movies saved on it, and some other stuff and forms I'm going to need. So I'm just going to get a portable drive, transfer everything over to that, put NAS and everything in storage, put my lab equipment in storage, uh, my bedroom set in storage. That's the only furniture I have right now is my bedroom set. Queen size bed, end table, dresser, and the TV. That's pretty much all the furniture I have right now. Just bought that here for this apartment. The other place I was staying at before this was furnished, so I didn't have to have any furnishings. Uh, so that's what I'm going to end up doing is storing everything away and closing the apartment out. That'll save me $1,000 a month. My storage unit up here is running me about $200 a month. Add the vehicle to it, that's going to be like $300 a month to park my pickup truck. So that's going to save me a little bit of money there. It'll get me started on my relocation fund to ship everything down. In fact, when I get off here with you guys, I'm going to do some searching, see just what it costs me to ship everything down. All I need is a little small shipping container, like a 8x10 container. Not a very big container. I don't have much. I got like my tools, my woodworking equipment, my power wash stuff, because I was setting up and starting a power wash company. So I got a power washer and a bunch of the stuff that goes along with that. I haven't set up the tanks or any of that yet, so I don't have those to ship down. I can buy those down there. But yeah, most of my stuff, I got the boxes and everything, like all my stuff for making sausage and jerky, like my food dehydrator, my meat mixer, my sausage stuffer, uh, a meat grinder, all the spices in the packs and the casings and all that, and put that all in storage. It'll be safe in storage. I have to put all my guns in storage, which kind of sucks. A little scary to do, having to put firearms in storage. But, it is what it is. My storage. That's right. That's going to get billed to one of my credit cards that's current right now and has enough balance on it that I can cover this month's rent. That'll come out like another 5 days. My storage fees will come out. I got a 10 by 10 storage. I'm paying a little exorbitant price, $225 a month for, but it is what it is. So I will be packing everything up and transferring it into storage this weekend. I have access to my storage unit from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. So I can just run stuff down there in small trips as I go. The hard part is just going to be getting the bedroom set down there. Or I might just return the bedroom set to the store. I'm buying it through Rent-A-Center. So I got to give them a heads up, let them know that I'm going to be moving it to storage. Or I might just tell them, hey, come get it. That's going to be less money for me to deal with, less stuff for me to move down south, which I think is what I'm going to end up doing, have them come pick it up this weekend or like Monday or Tuesday. I'll know tomorrow if and when I'll be flying out. If I'm flying out at the beginning of the week, I'll probably be like flying out like Saturday or Sunday, which means I will have to get everything packed into storage over the next 2 days. Today is Thursday, February 15th, March 15th. I'm sorry, beware the Ides of March. Wow, I didn't realize it's already March 15th. No, it's March 14th. Tomorrow's Ides of March. What is today? Thursday or Friday? Today's Thursday. Okay. Yeah, and it's 15 hours right now, or 3:15 for p.m. for those of you that don't know how to tell time. So yeah, that's where we stand on that. We're getting hooked up and getting ready to take off to RTI. I just hope I don't get screwed by them like I did K&B last minute, then turn around and say, well, never mind, because of you don't have recent 12 months of driving experience, and they can't define what they consider recent. Now, that was something she brought up again with when we talked on the phone earlier, and said, well, look, I mean, yeah, for the last 2 years, I've been driving local. But I've been since 2010. I've been an over-the-road driver. I've been a driver trainer. I've got experience with hot shots, with cargo vans, roll-off trucks, flatbeds, tankers. Well, I should say pneumatic tankers, um, on the oil field, hauling like concrete and production sand, as well as production water to the well sites. Um, I've got reefer, I've got dry van, I've got port, I've got hazmat, I got over 2 million miles of road under me, over the road work, uh, driving all 48 contiguous states. I've even made runs from the just over the Mexican border all the way up here to Alaska, bringing up mail trucks from the auto plants down there in Mexico. I've taken mail vehicles and other loads and flatbed up into Canada. So I've got cross-border operations experience. So yeah, I've got plenty of experience, plenty of background to back me up. And I think that's what helped me out and what convinced them to bring me in. But we shall see how that goes. I guess I can't wait. I can, but at the same time I can't. I just got to get back to work. I'm anxious and excited to get back to work finally. Yay me, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that front. But something else I wanted to touch on, some new dangers we're getting into here lately. Uh, was it Grondike? I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a trucking company, tanker company. They're one of the bigger companies out there, and one of the problems I see with them is a big problem right now in the trucking industry. There's so many companies going out of business thanks to Biden and his anti-trucking and anti-American policies. Um, and there's thousands of drivers out of work, thousands of drivers looking for work, qualified drivers, qualified American drivers. There's no need to import foreign drivers. You got people like Grondike, Groendike, however you pronounce their name. They are importing foreign drivers Lots of problems with this. They're unvetted. They don't know our traffic rules. They don't know our traffic driving. They come from a lot of these places that are under the imperial or the European driving system where they drive on the left side of the road. Here in America, we drive on the right side of the road. Our steering wheels are on the left side of our vehicles. Their steering wheels are on the right side of the vehicles. These people have no experience driving on our roadways. But you got people like Grundike that are bringing in drivers from other countries. Rather than hiring Americans that know our roads, have been driving here for a while, who, per federal law, federal requirements, read, write, speak, and understand English fluently. And federal law says you have to be able to read, write, speak, and understand the English language sufficiently enough to be able to communicate effectively with uh, first responders and investigators, either to assist in inspections or especially to communicate risks and dangers when there's an accident or some type of situation, especially involving hazardous materials. Get this company bringing these foreigners in, paying for their visas to bring them over here, flying them over here, getting them housing, getting them through CDL school, getting them their CDLs, and putting them to work, putting them on our roads. I mean, look at all the problems Canada's having. Well, a lot of problems we're having. Look at that major accident a couple years ago out on the bottom of the Eisenhower there in Colorado, where that truck driver, foreigner, come flying down the hill. Company told him, well, I don't know if the company actually told him this or not, but he claimed that he was told never to use the runoff ramp. So he'll get in trouble if he uses a runoff ramp. Where he overheated his brakes, lost his brakes, flew all the way down the Eisenhower, down the 70, into Denver, got into that major accident and killed, I don't remember how many people. He was found guilty. He was sentenced to prison. He had over a 100-year sentence given to him for that, because he was afraid to use the runoffs, that he would get in trouble. Keep in mind now, if you have an emergency, you lose your brakes or whatever, and you have to take the runoff ramp, take the runoff ramp. You're not going to get a fine. No police department is going to fine you for doing the right thing and using the ramp. You're going to have to pay the towing bill to pull your vehicle out and tow it down the mountain. The recovery fees, which can be expensive, but you're not going to get a ticket. It's not going to go on your report as an accident or anything like that. It's going to show you used the runoff ramp. You did the right thing. It was a mechanical issue with your truck. You had no choice. And hiring these drivers, big companies hiring these foreign drivers, I'm running into so many drivers, especially a lot of Hindu drivers. And nothing against them. Nothing against them. Like the Sikh and those people, great people. The Sikh are a great bunch of people. They're often confused for Muslims because of the turbans they wear. Those people are not Muslim. They hate Muslim. Uh, they're Sikh. They are very honorable people. I've met a couple of them. I've served with a couple of them. They are a great bunch of people. When I was stationed in the Middle East, we had some Sikh with us that we worked with. Great bunch of guys. Highly motivated, dedicated, and loyal. I've seen a lot of them get so mad and so upset and hurt when Americans and other NATO countries and our allies would treat them like dish, treat them like garbage, treat them like trash, treat them and talk to them like they were Muslim. And they will get very angry about this, and I can't blame them. But we got a lot of those guys over here driving. I'm seeing more and more of them. Some of them are not too fluent in English, and they're not used to driving on our roads. Like years ago when I was still living in Las Vegas, I was on home time. I stopped at the pilot there off the I-15 and not Tropicana. I can't remember the street that it's on. Uh, in my personal vehicle, gassing it up. This tractor trailer pulled into the automotive pumps, trying to get around to the back to the driving pumps. Big sign saying truck entrance to the rear, no trucks enter here. He pulled into the auto entry, tried to worm his way around the pumps through the car parking lot where there's no way to cross over into the truck parking lot or the truck fuel pumps. And he could not get himself out of that situation. I locked my car up when I was done pumping, walked over and said, "You need a hand? Come on, I'll back you out. Come on, I'll guide you out." He didn't understand what I was trying to tell him. I was trying to give him directions and guide him out of the situation he was in. He was so flustered because he didn't understand English. He jumped out of the truck and said, "But you go, you do, you do." That's all I can say is you do, you do. Doesn't know who I am. Has no clue whether I'm a truck driver or not. Doesn't know if I know anything about trucking. Didn't even ask if I had a CDL. He was just telling me, just go, get in the truck. You move it, you move it. So, okay, I did. I shouldn't have, but I did. I jumped in it, a couple seconds, heading backed out, and turned around facing the right way, and I had to point to him and explain to him with hand signals how to get around to the back to the fuel island. And away he went. I got right on the phone with his company. I said, hey, I don't want to be that guy, but I just had a run in with one of your drivers over here. I explained to him what happened. And first words out of their safety department's mouth is, do you even have a CDL? Oh, yes, sir, I do. I'm a driver trainer. I was trying to guide him out. He just didn't understand what I was saying. He doesn't speak any English, so it was a language barrier there. And I don't know what happened to the guy. I hope he didn't lose his job over it. But, he really had no business being behind the wheel of a truck if he can't read the signs that say no trucks. Truck entrance in the rear, point with arrows pointing down the side street where you need to go in to get there. But it is what it is. This is a big problem we're having. I'm seeing more and more truck accidents on different YouTube channels and news channels and stuff where the truck driver doesn't speak English, doesn't read the signs. And you got states like Arizona. Oh my God, Arizona. You get down southern Arizona, down along the border, about 15, 20 miles from the border, nothing's in English. All the signs are in Spanish. All the speed limits and street signs are set in kilometers. They're not listing at how many miles up it is. It's how many kilometers it is. What your speed limit is in kilometers. It's not even both kilometers and imperial. It's just straight kilometers. I don't run kilometers. I don't run the metric system. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what those signs say in Spanish. I'm an American. I never learned Spanish. I took a little bit of time when I was in school and learned a little bit of Russian. Took some Russian language classes in high school because I was getting ready to go into the army. And at the time, Russia was our biggest threat. They were our biggest enemy. So I learned a little bit of Russian. I haven't used it in 40 some years, 50 years. Well, I shouldn't say 50 years, but yeah, 40 some years. Uh, since then, I've had to learn a little bit of Arabic while I was stationed overseas. But you'd be surprised how many people in other countries speak English. So I learned a little bit of Arabic basically for nothing. But it was fun to learn. It was fun to learn some of these other languages. But I mean, you get up here, in America, we speak English. It's the unofficial language of our country. It always has been. People call you racist and bigoted for saying that or thinking that, but we speak English in America. Our language is English. You go to other countries like Mexico. If you try and get on welfare down there in Mexico, you try to get a job in Mexico, you have to read, write, and speak Spanish fluently, or they won't help you out. They won't even give you the time of day. Here we go out of our way to help people. You go to like courts or public assistance programs or anything like that. They got like 10, 15 different languages that the forms are available in. They got translators to help people out, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but if we made English mandatory in America as it should be, it wouldn't be an issue. I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot. I've got nothing against somebody coming here as long as they're doing it legally. I'm probably going to lose some subscribers over that. I'm probably going to get into a bit of trouble saying that with YouTube. But hey, I have the First Amendment right to say that. Well, yeah. I think that's going to be it for now. What are we at? 30 some minutes now on this video? Almost 30 minutes. Trying to keep my videos bite-sized right now until I actually get on the road and get back out there doing some actual work. So you'll probably, next video I post will probably be from orientation. Maybe do a little tour of my truck once I get a truck assigned to me, as long as I don't run into any issues like I did with K&B. And I better not, because when I come back up here, if I don't end up with RTI, I'm really going to be screwed because I'm not going to have a place to live. I will be closing out the apartment this weekend to save myself some money. Anyways, that's going to be it for now, guys. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. As always, keep it between the ditches, keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. I'll see you out there on the highways, and go Army, beat Navy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.